Try to be good. Try to be helpful. I would suggest that most people don't collect junk like I have.
How come you have so many Marie Callender's frozen meals?
We live on them. Where did you find them?
In the frozen freezer.
What were you doing there?
Well, somebody told me to look there.
Oh, we buy when they're on sale. They're normally about $4. When they're on sale, they're $2. I buy about 30 or 40 for me and John. They don't last long. If we each eat one a day, that's 14 a week. That's 28 in 2 weeks. That's 50 in a month. And we eat every day, you know. We eat, and it takes 50 of those at $100 a month. And that's not very many. And you have to wait for the sale to come every time, back to $2. I lost one of my shoes somewhere. Now what? You want to ask me?
Well,
Or what?
did you want to find your shoe first, or do you want to start
No,
talking again?
I'll get it.
I wanted to ask you some questions about the collection of treasures in your backyard, because I think you might have some good stories back there.
No. Not really.
Because I was wondering if you had some more things like that Apollo 13
Yeah.
medal, if you had some other things in the backyard that are like that would be an interesting story.
I wouldn't leave anything like that outside. Well, I may put my shoe on and you can ask me. You can look at what you see. It's just really trash. But let me get my shoe. Don't say Apollo 13.
Well, what is the proper term?
Apollo. Each of their vehicles has its own number. It's like a license number, license plate. And Apollo 13 was the 13th vehicle in the program. The program as a whole was Apollo. Up to a couple of years ago, this place was pretty neat.
What's that noise we've been hearing the whole time? There's a lot of pounding.
They're building a house. They tell me it's going to be $9 million. You think this is going up to the moon with Apollo?
No. Whose wine collection is that?
I don't know. Nobody. Nobody will admit to owning anything here. You see this cabinet with some paint cans in it?
Yeah.
Back behind that is a stack this high and this long of Sears Company cabinets, kitchen cabinets. You know what kitchen cabinets look like?
I do.
Yeah. This plant seems to keep growing and growing and growing without any help from humans. It keeps going and going. And this one here. People have gotten lost and died of starvation that have been going down in this area. I'm sure there are a couple of bodies in there someplace, missing people. If you get out of it alive without any major injuries, you're lucky. We were friends with another couple in the same little project, and they are nice people, and we enjoyed their company. And one time they invited us to a party, and they enjoyed their drinks more than we did, and Gladys and I didn't feel comfortable going to this particular party, so I pinched Mike to make him cry, and then we had an excuse not to go to the party because we had to stay home with our sick baby. And I still remember those people. They were very nice. This is a hat that Steve gave me after he quit motorcycling. It's approved by the Department of Transportation in the state, and I wear it now ever since one day I fell unexpectedly and bounced my head on a cement curb and lost my lens out of my right eye, which I didn't need anyway because I can't see in that eye anyhow, but I feel safer. But I haven't fallen any more since then. The vision is missing. The eye's there, but it doesn't see anything. See? Can you tell now that there's no lens there?
The fire alarm in your ceiling appears to be open.
Yeah, it is.
What's the story on it?
No story. It just didn't. It just needs replacement. This is my 90th birthday present. The landscaping that you guys got me. And it's done quite well. I guess that's a little granny house, as they call them, back there. Just about my size. I always look forward to cuddling at night in bed. I still find myself forgetting she's gone. I can feel her next to me. And then I wake up. I'm already awake, but I realize that that's a pillow next to me. And it's my own leg on top of my other leg. It's not her. I can feel her next to me. The interesting thing about this bathroom is that you can't get any water into the shower, so you can't use the shower, and you can't get any water to the bathtub. Pipes are all rusted up.
Didn't Uncle John have a dark room?
This was his dark room, the bathroom and the shower. He had it all equipped as a photographic laboratory. It's where he started his business. Ruined some of the pipes, I think. But of course he's got his laboratory downtown now. So I got a big headline in the sports section of the local paper. Weldon wins Class C. And all because I had such a high handicap when I joined, and then I got a little better in a few weeks. I played, and my handicap made me Class C champion with the headline. And I can't find the headline. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but I haven't found it. But that was my claim to sports champion.
I think you'd like the soundtrack to In the Shadow of the Moon.
Can't remember the soundtrack. Oh, I know what happened. I didn't get all that I should have out of it because I couldn't get the subtitles. Do you know if it had subtitles?
I don't think it had subtitles.
Yeah.
It's. Do you mean just English titles if you can't hear it? Because it's not a foreign film.
It's not what?
It's not a foreign film.
No, I wanted the English subtitles.
So that you could read it and not have to turn it up too loud?
Well, it's not loudness. I can turn it up plenty loud, but it's that problem of articulation, and some voices I can hear, and some voices I can hear all the voices. I just can't understand all of the words. Like with you, I only understand you about half the words. In between the golf, we managed to conceive our first son, Mike, and that was worked out without any trouble. It cost us $50 for the doctor in the hospital. I thought that was a bargain. Mike was fun as he was older in his passion for entrepreneurial adventures. He never saw a business that he didn't want to get into. We used to joke about, here's the newest business, and it seemed like he was always overcoming hurdles. There never was a hurdle that he wouldn't challenge, and usually went out. For a long time I kept track of all the businesses and adventures he got into, but I've kind of lost track of them all. But that's what I think of more than anything when I think about him. Wishing that we could see the culmination of his biggest adventures culminating in a happy ending. How would you like this as a backdrop? This is a collection of all the junk that we've collected over the years that I haven't got rid of, and I'm sorting through it to dispose of most of it.
What's a starting place? What's the first thing you would clean up in this room?
This is not anything particular. Just take as it comes and sort it out. Allow me to get access to our treadmill over here that we have been able to use for several years. Did you see John's wine cellar? I don't know where the wine is now. I can't come in here.
Why not?
Too messy. This was Mrs. Consley, her home, and I had a room there, and I was sitting down in the living room keeping an eye on the home, which I did once in a while when the owner, Mrs. Consley, went shopping or something, and then I'd sort of house sit. And I was sitting there in the living room, and this girl with long dark hair knocked on the door and said she wanted to see about renting a room there. And I said, well, I can't do much for you, I'm just watching out. But Mrs. Consley will be back in a few hours, and be welcome to talk to her when she gets back. Just come back sometime before supper. She'll be here. And she went away and thanked me. And I thought, she was pretty, and I thought maybe if she likes me, she might come back. And sure enough, along about 2 hours later, she came back, and Mrs. Consley was there then, and she arranged to take one of the rooms there, and that's how we met. This is something that I think part of the oxygen system, but I can't think of where the ones I really wanted to show you. Huh.
You have a lot of Raisin Bran.
Yeah. I eat it for breakfast every day. And I buy it in quantity when it goes on sale. Half price. You know, and I buy, say, 20 of those and save about half. In other words, I save about $1 to $1.50 for each one. What do you call the area where your washing machine and all is?
Laundry room.
Huh?
I call it a laundry room.
Yeah, that's the laundry room.
I'm trying to just get a little bit of your daily activities. Do you have anything you do on a daily basis?
Just take my pills and eat some food and take my walk. And try to get rid of some trash. While I was with Sandusky, we were operating a machine that was a big tank of acids and toluene, for the making of the TNT. And you had a thermometer. It was a big tank about the big as this room, full of stuff, acid. And had a big thermometer and a big water cooling valve, and you put more water in the tank to cool it off. It was getting too hot, and it started to get too hot, and the thermometer kept going up and up and up. And I finally decided I better get out, and so I turned the big valve, emptied the big tank of acids into a big tank of water outside the building, and it made a cloud of poisonous film of poisonous gas that floated all the way into Sandusky, which was 7 miles away. It made a 7-mile cloud of fumes, colored yellow, sort of. And I'm standing there watching it all bubble and boiling out, fumes, fumes, fumes. And then I slid down the escape slide. That's how you get out of the building in case it blows up. But nothing blew up, just a big cloud of vapors. Looked terrible. I must have been about 5. Grandmother, I remember her recounting to my mother about how proud she was that I could get up and go upstairs to the bathroom all by myself. And I can remember going up, it seemed like several flights, but it may have only been just one flight, I don't know, but I think it was more than that. But she was proud that I'd been able to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night by myself. I was proud to hear that. I got a lot of stuff that weren't on the Apollo vehicles, but they were in the Apollo program for different things, like all kinds of little containers. This is heavy enough. I don't know if anything is in it, but all nice fancy little boxes. You see some of those in there? I got some oxygen hoses. I really want to get this straightened out before I die. I don't want to leave it to somebody else to mess with. Molly had traded or sold some property in Colorado, and I don't know if she bought this house in Oakland or just rented it, but for a while we lived there on, I know the street was Havens Court, and I had a puppy, little black puppy, fluffy, and it got lost, and I found it later dead on the railroad track. That was my first experience with pets. I have felt from time to time lucky that I have had some kind of philosophy that's helped me have a fairly good life and a fairly luxurious at a low level, and having a job one job for 33 years. I went from college to a dumb job in the fire insurance outfit for about a year. Then I went into the TNT thing and kept out of the war and had a fairly safe job. I then went out of that job to my North American Aviation, which turns into Rockwell and turns into Boeing. And I don't know that I was ever close to having to be laid off, and so it all adds up to I've never gone through the difficulties of finding a job, keeping a job and finding a job, and having to leave a job and find a new occupation or whatever. I just went along happy-go-lucky without realizing that I was fortunate to not have to go through like thousands of millions of people are doing right now, looking for new jobs, losing their houses, and never really had any serious problems. And that's a happy way to be. I would hope that everybody in my family gets along as well. But it's hard to say what I would tell them to do to have such a life.
Hey, remember you used to keep a file that had my name on it and a file with my mom's name on it and file with a bunch of like all your kids' names, and
Yeah.
if you saw an article or something that would interest us, you
Yeah.
would put it in the file?
Uh-huh.
Do you still keep those files?
Some of it's here. Uh-huh. I'm afraid to throw it away. I ran across something just yesterday that I wanted you to, I think I wanted you to see. Main thing I know about that, back to California, was we bought a car that some woman had stored, and it had been in storage already for about 3 years. Because of the gas shortage, she couldn't drive it anyway. So we bought that car and loaded it up with, mostly, besides Gladys and me and Mike, we had a bunch of records and a bunch of books and a bunch of Life magazines. And we loaded up the back seat with this stuff, on which we fixed a bed for Mike. So he slept most of the way to California on top of a pile of books. We blew out every tire on the car on our trip back to California, because they had aged after 3 or 4 years in storage. They went pop, pop, pop. And we had a struggle at through every state to get new tires. But we got them. The exciting part of the trip was Indianapolis, where we came into town, and it was snowy and rainy and ugly. And I'm on the main street, and I put the brakes on for a second, and it went into a spin, made about 3 revolutions as we slid across the highway from one side clear to the other side. It was a big 4-lane highway, and it was stopped just in time to keep from going into a big ditch. And we got out and got going again, and it was okay. Otherwise, we had a very luckily a nice trip back. I have hopes that you'll achieve your aims in the film world. That's it. I wouldn't feel qualified to give you any great advice. Was there a God? There's some sort that decided to start this whole thing? Or was this pure accidental? Accidentally, somehow everything came together and maybe it had a big bang. And here we are. I don't know.
Do you have any questions for me? I've been asking you all these questions today and yesterday, and
No, not really. Are we shut off yet?
well, we're just about to. This is our finale. Do you have anything to say in closing?
I enjoyed it. It makes me happy that I can really remember quite a bit. I remember things that I didn't expect to remember. I just remember now that when I was little in Colorado, living with my grandmother, and I was maybe about 4 or 5 or 6, and went to a birthday party for a friend, boyfriend, and my grandmother bought a present for the birthday party, and it was a golf club. And I was very unhappy that she would get something like a golf club to give to this boy that had no idea what golf was, had no chance to do anything with golf, and I'm sure he barely even looked at the golf club when he got it at his birthday party. All because my grandmother bought him a golf club for a birthday present. That's important to know. That affected my whole life, probably.
Really? Did you need therapy for it?
I could have used therapy for me.
Well, thank you so much, Papa,
Okay,
for your patience in these last couple of days of storytelling.
Thank you, I enjoyed it. You're the one with the patience.
Aw. Aw. I love you very much.
I love you, my film director.
Thanks
did.
for letting me practice on you.
I hope it turns out.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Okay.